Hello everybody and welcome back to Getting Wrecked and Mudrunners. So in the last episode we unlocked the garage up here on this island map, and today we're going to start with the lumber mills, and there are two of them. We need 8 logs each, and we have 2 different trucks that can carry logs, and I'm currently in the B131 and I'm going to use this one because it's really close to the logging station here. I think it's fitted for logs, even if it's only short logs. I think it's only short logs, we'll see. But we can bring them back since the garage is really close to the lumber mill anyways. Yeah, so we will get 3 points, which means we will need to bring long logs if you don't want to go 2 more times. We'll see how it goes. Long logs might be too heavy. Is it up here? Yeah, baby. Yeah, on this side. Good. Fire extinguisher. It's really safe to have a fire extinguisher with you. I've been playing some Bomber Crew and kind of interesting with engine fires. They seem to be pretty common in like World War II for aircrafts. And you might wonder why. I wonder why as well, but I guess it's because don't die on me, please. And I guess it's because of the aircraft fuel catching fire easily or something. Because it's pretty weird that engines just catch fire like that. Oh yeah, and the fact that they are air cooled as well. I guess that's a big thing, that the fact that if you don't fly fast enough, your engines will overheat, and when they overheat they will catch fire, and then you will definitely not be able to fly fast enough to keep them cool. Just an interesting thing, like I always see that in movies and stuff, like, oh, an engine catches fire, and that's like, it's pretty rare that you think about it, but it's like, well, what the heck, how can an engine catch fire? And it happens in every single movie with World War II aircrafts. You realize that, well, you are pumping liquid fuel into an engine that's supposed to be air cooled, but the freaking aircrafts can't almost do 250 knots, like... Nah, they were pretty fast, I guess. At least later in the war. I guess the... like the Spitfires and stuff. How fast were they? Like 500 knots or something? Ah, can't be that fast, can I? Do not know. But then you have the, like, the Stuka and stuff. They were really slow, as far as I know. Okay. Now we need to make a choice. If... can this one even carry? Maybe it can't. I guess we could go like this and carry short logs twice on the same truck. Man, this is a bad idea. Let's do it. We're going to be way too heavy. We can always ditch the carriage, I guess. Right, let's talk about military service stories. Now, I was recruited as a truck driver, I think. Yeah, I think so. Which is like one of the things you can be if you're worthless, I guess. Like, well, you have a driver license, you can be a truck driver. Now, when you do the military service, a truck driver is not really a truck driver. A truck driver is someone that's running around shooting stuff and once a week drive a truck. So, I mean, it didn't really make a difference. Anyways, so I remember when we got our training, we went down to the garage and there was like 30 trucks maybe standing, and they were a bunch of misfits. Like, every truck was different. You might think that the military should have standardized trucks. Well, not where I was, at least. However, there were 2 guys per truck, and our truck looked a little bit like this when we did a truck driving training. But of course it was not an off-road truck, it was a truck for good old roads. Anyways, and we were able to grab the best truck of all for 2 reasons. Well, it was the best truck for two reasons. I think we grabbed it more or less just out of luck, but let's go down to the first gear. And don't get cocky, kid. Anyways, so that truck was the best for two reasons. First of all, it had a red sun cap. I don't know what it's called, but I'm going to call it a sun cap. So maybe see that sometimes on trucks they can have like, well, you have a baseball cap, so a sunscreen just on the edges here sticking out. We had one of those and it was red. Like, what the heck? You have a military truck in camouflage and the red freaking sun cap. It was really easy to find our truck. So that's one thing. Now the more important thing was the fact that it had a radio. That was a dream, because it didn't work very well. It worked like 1 in 10 maybe. And when it worked pretty bad. However, when you do the military service, you get so freaking isolated from real life. You don't listen to music, you don't watch TV, nothing like that. So the fact that you could listen to music in the truck was great. Now the problem is that I rarely got any connections or any, didn't really hear anything most of the time. How do we do this? Position your truck properly. Try to get straight here. But we had one way we could almost make that happen. It was by having someone take their weapon, climb up on the roof, put their weapon against the antenna. So you would climb up on the on the roof and grab your gun and put it against the antenna to get a little bit more reach. And then you could listen to music. So you could only listen to music really when you were standing still. So when the convoy got to a halt or something, you would take turns to run up on the roof, and then you would listen to music. And the song that was always on the radio, like always during that time, was Black Eyed Peas with Hey Ya. So that became our battle music. It was Hey Ya by Outkast. Those were the times. But it was kind of interesting because in Sweden these kinds of trucks where you have the front wheels in front of the cabin, they're pretty rare. So I learned to drive a truck like this, even if when I've been working as a truck driver, it's always been one of these flat-nosed European-style trucks. And it makes quite a difference if you have the steering wheel in front or behind you, but not that big of a deal. Please survive this endeavor. mean, the ones without a nose is, of course, much more nimble. That's the main difference. It could also be pretty difficult to know where the truck ends if you have a nose like this. Usually you would have, not usually maybe, well, at least on our trucks, maybe because we were lousy drivers, they had small sticks pointing up from like up here on the edges, so you knew where the end of the truck were, making it easier to park and stuff. Anyways, that's the story of the best truck in the military. We didn't get to keep it though after the training, so no more radio for me. It was a couple of good weeks with the Heya. It was also pretty interesting because the guy I drove with, like, it's pretty weird because we didn't have driver licenses, and we only had one instructor in like 20 trucks, so he would take turns, whoa, where he would ride, but most of the time you were just two teenagers driving a truck without a permit on civilian streets. Freaking dangerous though. So first you would, after that training you got like a permit to drive in civilian traffic. As long as you were in the military service. You didn't get the real truck driver license, but you could get one civilian as well for like 50 bucks. So that's what I did, and that's why I worked as a truck driver for most of my period in school, during summer breaks and stuff. Unknown. Size doesn't matter. Well, that was quick. It was really quick. Up. Don't have any truck close to a garage now. Well, we have this one, so I could use this truck to guess we would get logs from over here and then try to drive down this lumber mill. I kind of want to use a crane. Thanks, that's all. So yeah, do we use a C255 and we go up to this garage? Let's do it. I can see that this has been the longest episode. Yeah, I didn't really like that passage. Let's take a look how this looks. If this is a good passage for logs. I mean, one thing they could do in this game is that you could bring these planks somewhere as well after you have brought the lumber. That could be pretty cool. What does this? This car feels like a big beast. Yeehaw! Always good to have the repair points with you. No slowing down. And took some damage. Worth it. Worth it. I have to give the guys at the garage something to do. Come on. This camera is freaking bonkers. There we go, maybe something like this. Quite sure. Down into the drink. So many beautiful views in this game. Well, could have been better, I guess. Oh, okay, yeah, this was supposed to scout for the logs. It seemed fine. Boom. I don't know, I thought I would get stuck more often in this game, but I wonder if they've done something with the physics on Spintires, because in Spintires, from what I remember, you got stuck everywhere, like over here. Like there would be no way that I would go through here. But let's see. maybe I get stuck. Yeah, maybe I just get stuck here. I mean, not really a big deal. No one has parked in the way. That madman. Get out of the way. Sneaking past. We'll see how many logs this guy can bring. I think 6. Let's see. Long log cart. Let's uninstall some crap. Long crane. Log crane character. Short logs. Log carrier. Long logs. Get the short logs. So if you want to load these things ourselves, how do you do that? How do that get this thing? Long log cart. So it's not a trailer hitch. Short logs? No. Log carrier. Yeah, okay. We could go like this, but then we can't load it ourselves. We could also go with the log crane carriage. Don't we bring that dinky little part? It's too bad. I want to be able to load the logs myself. I guess that's something, if we would be doing this on hardcore mode, which we might want to do in the next map, if we would have to use cranes, because we can't use the automatic stuff. Now, even if we use the long logs, I mean, if we bring this log crate, we can only bring 3 freaking logs. Like what? Okay. Let's take a look at this thing. Would you be able to load logs with this thing? I mean, it looks really freaking bogus. Since it can't really extend or anything, we would need to, like this, grab, we would need to back up, and we would need to it up like this, and then rotate the grappler like that, and yonk onto truck. I'm tempted. I also kind of feel like it's a really bad idea. I feel like it's a really bad idea. So we could definitely drive this one up to the garage, refuel it and stuff, and then get it to the log station. And load C255 with... We could go long logs, but I guess we will just go with medium or something. We'll see. Well, yeah, that sounds like an idea. Really bad idea, but we will try to do it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.